Chain Incendio, the direct-to-DVD sequel to the wonderful Scythe Incendio. Supposedly an upgraded version of Scythe, it is a 5-sided balance-type Beyblade featuring rounded-off contact points and very detailed molding on the blades. Though they advertise it as 10-sided because of its upper and lower design blades, because of the way the blade is designed, it's got a lot of potential for effective counterattacking or straight-up knockout. At the time, this blade was a great blade for general stamina use, but slowly teetered out in favor of more effective stamina types that were released later on. Most of the problems from Chain Incendio comes from the fact that its weight is really light. While still heavier than Scythe Incendio by 1 gram, and for its time it was still one of the heaviest non-attack blades, it's still not enough to really hold out against most other blades released a lot later. Therefore, Chain Incendio became kinda lost in the power creep vortex. The weight of the blade made it too light to perform heavy smash attacks, and the shape of it makes it too sensitive to recoil. Originally released as part of a deck set in Takuratami, Chain Incendio was released in Hasbro in a dual pack with Green Arrow Wizard, with a stock combo of 560 high taper. With the stock combo, it's actually not bad. Despite the taper bit being on the tall side, it still works the same as regular taper. Having plenty of stamina and also even having the ability to take advantage of the thin-rounded blades to both destabilize Wizard on ball and burst most stock combo blades. For Chain Incendio, the thing is that we are probably strictly limited to using 560 or 960 ratchets, since 560 is the best in terms of balance and keeping Chain Incendio stable by lining up each contact point, and the 60 height gives us the best chances for keeping Chain Incendio low for less burst risks, because the gap between the blade and the ratchet is pretty high. Chain Incendio on release in Hasbro actually had a funny thing happen. Apparently, instead of the 560 ratchet like advertised on the box, it came with a 580 ratchet in all the same colors and everything. I guess people that were working in the warehouse that day thought nobody would notice. I didn't have that thing happen to me like ever, but apparently it was a common mistake to find, especially in the Amazon orders.
So like Hasbro actually gave us a 580 instead of a 560. The factory workers were like, I can't tell the difference.
But even still, regardless of the flaws and the inept ability to stay relevant in the power creep, Chain Incendio is actually one of my favorites. Not because it's any good, but because the look and design of it is just really cool. The way the blades are being designed to cover both upper and lower defense is a cool idea, even though it doesn't seem to do it well. But it seems like they haven't given up on that idea, because Hover Wyvern later on would perfect it. And the artwork of the gear motif is actually pretty epic. I mean, even Takuratami even felt like the Chain Incendio was cool enough that they gave it a black and green version to put in their gacha on the app. So there has got to be something here, right? In a way, Chain Incendio's design seems to be intentional in a way of breaking the chains of your own limitations. It's like breaking chains of love. So these are just some of my favorite combos to use with Chain Incendio. Now, just a quick disclaimer, these are not guaranteed to win you your local championships. What I found good, you might find bad, so I encourage you to just practice and experiment as much as you can to find what really suits you. Alright, so first, Chain Incendio on 560 point. The best balance combination for both attack and stamina, and probably the best combination to use with Chain Incendio. With the 560 lined up with its contact points, we add an increase in its attack power, but also burst resistance and stamina. Point is one of the best balance bits that can conserve stamina and help with balancing top-heavy blades, keeping them upright while also maintaining high speed on extreme dash. We managed to achieve pretty good consistent knockouts by having Chain Incendio generate high speed and unleashing the force of that power onto the opponent. Sometimes we even manage to ratchet snipe when Chain Incendio gets knocked a bit loopy and is able to aim low. But there were even instances where we were able to destabilize the opponent and waste up their stamina because of how rounded off the shape of the blade is. Point can be found relatively easily, with the red one being available in the Leon Claw single pack. Next, Chain Incendio on 560 Hexa. This is a defensive build meant to repel most dangerous attackers like Phoenix Wing or Arrow Pegasus. The 560 bit allows Chain Incendio to hold onto the stadium and prevent knockouts, while 560 not only can give maximum stamina, but also a chance for counterattacks. While the defensive capabilities are great, the stamina could still be a problem because even with the 560, Chain Incendio barely has any. And if it gets knocked around, it will lose by sleep out, but that is still just 1 point rather than 2 or 3, so we can still take that as a win. But even still, still, the most important thing is that this build can tank a lot of dangerous attacks, and most of the time can still remain stable and spinning. At the very least, creates a very annoying tank for most attack types to deal with, and gets a petty little victory lap when you encounter an Arrow Pegasus or Buster Grand. The Hexa bit you can find with the Hammer Incendio single and the Blue Sword Phoenix single. Next, Chain Incendio on 960 Low Orb. This is a low center of gravity stamina combo that actually works pretty well with Chain Incendio. Because of Chain Incendio's shape, it is able to knock other stamina types off balance and claim the spin finish win. With 960 we increase its weight and burst resistance, and Low Orb gives a low center of gravity that can prevent knockouts from attack types and outlast them. The shape of the blade's ability to counter both upper and lower attacks does help a lot, and Low Orb's ability to keep it stable and prevent knockouts makes this a pretty decent tank in the arena. Now, because of the lightweight and uneven weight distribution in the blade, it's not exactly guaranteed to work all the time, but I've gotten some pretty good consistency when it comes to fighting off Wizard Rod on ball. The ability to cause destabilization also helps a lot for Chain Incendio, at least to survive. 960 is available pretty much easily with the Sword Phoenix Deluxe set, but you can also find it in Roar Tyranno and Impact Drake, and Low Orb is currently only available with the Arc Wizard CX single. Next, Chain Incendio on 770 Taper. This seems more so a destabilizer focused combo than anything. Most of the time we have the 770 be able to throw the opposing blade off balance for a spin finish win. With Taper, not only can we maintain stamina, but also let Chain Incendio deal heavy attacks with the 770, and we can drain the opposing Beyblade of their energy or knock them out. Though because of the light weight of Chain Incendio, achieving a knockout is a little bit too demanding, and a lot of times because it's light, it doesn't have enough power to really send them over the edge. So we primarily use it as a destabilizer. 770 can be found in the custom set by Takara Tomy right now as of the time of this recording, and Taper has been reprinted a lot of times. This purple one is actually from the Tusk Mammoth in the Hasbro Stadium set. Next up, Chain Incendio on 560 Gear Point. This is a more aggressive version of 560 Point, and it's actually pretty good. While 560 Point is the better balance combination, this one can still retain the control and aggressive nature of Point, just with less stamina. With the 560 lined up on the contact points of the metal, we not only can cause destabilization with the opponent, but also the high speed of Gear Point can create enough force to cause a knockout. Even at certain points, because of Gear Point being a tad bit lower than some bits, it's given Chain Incendio the low height needed with 560 to even cause burst finishes, though that is probably just me being lucky, honestly. The easiest way to get Gear Point is from the Sting Unicorn single pack, which also has a 560, but it is available in other sets as well. Honestly, now I'm kicking myself that I didn't pull the prize Red Shelter Drake. The red Gear Point would have looked better on Chain Incendio, really. Next, Chain Incendio on 970 Kick. This is probably the most luck I've had with Chain Incendio, since 970 evens out the height of the blade, and the weight of it makes for takedowns more better. Kick also keeps the blade stable and preserves stamina, while also giving the same properties as Taper, acting fast and aggressive in the arena. A lot of the times we get a mix of knockout and hitting the opponent so hard that it causes them to lose their balance and scrape on the stadium floor for a spin finish win. And the knockouts we are able to achieve with this build is freaking fast and brutal. 970 can only be found in two sets. The Phoenix Rudder deck set, which still hasn't been released in Hasbro for some reason, and the prize Fox Brush from the Fox Brush Select Random Booster. Chain Incendio is a cool blade, but unfortunately the low weight of it hinders its ability to really keep up in the meta. But let me know what you guys think of Chain Incendio in the comments down below, and also what your personal favorite combos for it are. I always like talking about combos with you guys. Also, if you want a cool deck case, check out Arena Designs and also use code HARUREN for 10% off your order. Support this channel by pressing a thumbs up and give us a subscribe for more awesome Beyblade content. I've been HARUREN, and remember, keep being serious about having fun. Bye!
Come to me, cover me, hold me. Together we'll break these chains of love. Don't give up now. Together with me, my baby, break these chains of love. Together we'll break these chains of love. Don't give up.